Grand Island Local Dale Sheeks received incredibly heartwarming news recently. North Platte couple Greg and Crystal Mattke reached out to Sheeks after finding his class ring buried around 7 inches deep in the ground with a metal detector. Sheeks had stated that he had been missing his ring for about 62 years. The Mattkes decided to come to Grand Island on Friday, August 6th to personally deliver the ring back to Sheeks, along with a cake, balloons, and a t-shirt from his alma mater, Wood River High School.
62 years later, there's your ring. Gotta make you feel a little strange, huh? To hold something you thought was lost forever. 62 years is long enough. You know, we have a lot of people keep asking us, why didn't you just sell it for the value of the ring? And this is worth way more than that to us. And we kind of think that society's going in the wrong direction if people don't start helping each other out and taking care of one another.
Totally unreal. Can't explain it.
Yeah. It just takes so long, to dig stuff that's 10, 12, 14 inches in the ground. But it was just giving me a really strong signal. I knew it wasn't a coin. Once you learn your machines, you can kind of get an understanding of what it's telling you is down there. And I couldn't figure out what I was seeing on my screen, but from an audio side, it was a very strong signal. So I dug down to about 6 inches, and I was getting into a lot of small tree roots and surface tree roots and stuff like that. And it was getting hard to dig, and I almost gave up. And I can go about 8 inches with my little digger. So I figured, I'll go a little deeper. I got to about 7 inches, and I'm kind of trying to shine it. It's pretty dark, and 7 inches deep in the ground with a small hole. And I couldn't see anything. So I thought, I'm going to take one more stab, and I dug down in a little bit more, cut through a couple of roots, and I could see it. So I picked it up, and Crystal was on her detector probably about 30 feet away. And I went like this to let her know that I had a ring. And she came over, and I said, it's probably just costume jewelry. And she said, no, it's a class ring. She could actually, once we knocked the dirt off, she could read Wood River on it. But I thought she was mistaken. I really wasn't buying it. I still thought it was just costume jewelry. And so we got home, and she immediately started, getting the dirt off and polishing it up a little bit. And I said, so is it costume jewelry? And she said, no, I told you that it was a class ring. And I said, are you serious? And she said, yes. And I said, from Wood River? And she goes, yeah. And I said, well, Wood River, that's got to be Wood River, Nebraska. So how it ended up in North Platte, I don't really know. Dale can answer that question.
My girlfriend at that time went to a football deal where Ravenna played football against North Platte. And they were out there at that and lost it, and they couldn't find it. And they looked for a long time, and they years later even looked and never did find it. So I was just amazed that it came out.
That had a strange tone. It was above a dime, but below a quarter. And a lot of times, if I'm specifically hunting coins, I wouldn't even stop. But it was just booming. It came in at about a 63 to 65 on my detector. And there was nothing really in that range that I normally would be looking for. But the tone wasn't faint. It was like, hey, I'm right here. So I thought, I don't know what it is. I have no clue what might be down there, but because it's so loud, I'm going to go ahead and check. And then the deeper I went, the more discouraged I got, and I thought, I should just move on. Because we have about another half an hour of daylight, I should just move on and do what I'm doing, but I kept going. Hopefully this will be a day that you remember for the rest of your days, and I definitely will mine.